hopefully everyone's day, once again, was good on this Wednesday today. My day was pretty good. All I did today was I chilled out around the house today. I cleaned all the windows and mirrors today in the house that needed it. And yeah, I got to chill out afterward. But as people begin to start making their way in here, just please, with all means, please be respectful to everyone, including myself, because I don't have time for stupid people today. Not even ever have time for people who are gonna be jerks. But anyway, yeah. As people start, like I said, as people just start coming in here, just be aware to behave properly, or else me or my mods will politely kick you out. I'm not saying it to be mean. That's just what we do here. We don't allow people who are going to be negative in here. We only allow people that are going to be polite and positive in the chat. I don't go any further than that. So, yeah. But right now I'm just chilling and stuff like that. But yeah. So, I might actually take my socks off because they're actually driving me nuts. I mean, they did do good for a minute, but nope, they're making me insane. And so, yeah. Anyway. And so, yeah. But, that's just what's going on there. And so, yeah. But, anyway, yeah. But to update some, oh, here we go. We got someone coming in here. Hey there, Miguel, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. We have 2 people coming in here. So again, if you're new, welcome to the channel. If you are returning us, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you guys join back with me. Just awesome. Hey there. I don't know how to do that there. To respond to that. But yeah, we have 17 people coming in here, so again, please be polite and very respectful to the chat. Because I don't have time for crazy business with people, because I don't want to be sensitive to anyone. Anyway, what should I write in my mom's big card? Hang on. Someone give me a dragon puppy? A dragon puppet? Oh. I don't know. Alex, welcome in the chat. How are you doing? Kimmy, hey, how are you doing? I do not know to answer this question, you guys. Man, I really don't know. And so that's good to hear that you're doing well. We have 11 people in here total right now, so that is a pretty good. No, we have 8. It just goes down as I say the number. And so we're starting off decent here. And so, yeah, I do not like the way I'm holding my phone. Say I love you. Oh gosh, I'm saying it to a person. Actually, I will say it to my community people. But to everybody in here, I do love every single one of you, friend-wise. And so, because, I mean, y'all, you are my viewers in here. And y'all do pretty good, but there's just some people that just, I don't think about. Don't even mind myself too. And so, you know, But as we continue with people, just remember, be respectful, or else I will get you. But also, my mods will too. They're not in here yet, but when they do get in here soon, they will do the same thing I do. So thankfully, yet I don't see so much chaos going on. So let's keep it that way. Let's not try to go that around. Give me a twist. I was saying that. Okay, cool. And so, anyway, we have 8 people total in here. So, hi there, imposter. How are you doing? Maybe we have 4 people here. And so, yeah, oh gosh. But anyway, oh, that's good here that you're doing well. So, anyway, sorry guys, I'm standing up. Oh, wow. Sorry, I was fixing my pants because sometimes they just do not like to, these ones just do not like something on me, they just hate. So give me a moment, y'all, while I get Hannah the chair. And so, anyway. Gives us thumbs up. But y'all, please make sure you guys are hitting the like button, which is right here. Also, subscribe to me if you haven't done so, because I do post a lot on here. Amory, welcome back. How are you doing, dude? It's been a minute. And so, yeah, let me just do this real quick. But let me put y'all on something to where I'm not holding my camera every 5 seconds. And so, anyway. So, Caesar, welcome back. I just noticed that you weren't out here. And so, thanks. Oh my gosh, my hair is a mess, y'all. Wow, my hair did not turn to be this crazy. Oh gosh, y'all. Anyway, that's pretty good. Then we're gonna keep going from there. Oh, thank you so much. They're a shirt and pants set. So there's I have a few different sets, you guys, by the way, in this like style. So I've got a long sleeve pajama dress that's not like this thick material, but like just a normal like breathable cotton material and stuff, which is a short sleeve and a long sleeve. Well, the long sleeve is gonna get way too big. Actually, I think it's gonna start driving me nuts soon. And then I've got a shirt and shorts version in the same style. And then I have this, and that's how. So I've got a pajama dress that's short sleeve, so I wear it more year round. And then a shirt and shorts pair, so that way if it gets hot, or if I can wear it any time of the year, really don't have to wear it when it gets hot and stuff. And then I've got this one especially, because this one is, y'all, the only time I probably would bring this out is if it's super cold, like today's instance. It's like super freezing. And yeah. And so, yeah. Hey there, Jacob, how are you doing? Thanks. Thanks, Jacob. I'm just in my pajamas, nothing major, nothing really wild. And so, I know, it might look like I'm crazy, but nope. That's me, y'all. That's me every single day at 4 o'clock, y'all. I'm crazy, but, you gotta get comfy at some point. But, yeah, some people don't even know that I literally instantly change in my videos when it's 4 o'clock in Texas. And so, yeah. But that's when it's just me around, though. Like, for example, if I had my boyfriend over or a friend of mine over, that's a different story. That's, like, till, 8 or 9. At least. Or until they leave. And so, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm crazy, but, I mean, everybody's different, though. Like, some of us want to straight up go crazy and just change like me here. Like, some people would be me and be like, okay, you know what? At this time, I'm going to just get in my PJs quicker to feel comfy faster and not have to wait until almost 8 o'clock or so to do it. But that's I only do that when I don't have anyone specifically over or my boyfriend over and stuff like that. So really I do that on a normal basis. But then if my boyfriend's over or if if one of our neighbors is over at the time, then I wait until a couple hours later to do it. And so, but anyway. And so, yeah, why is my hair now a mess, y'all? What the heck? It was not, I swear, it was not a mess like an hour ago. So, crazy. But, oh man, that's just what it does, though. I'm not gonna lie. And so, done earrings. Oh, that's cool. Okay, there goes where I left off. It's here right now. Yep. Yeah, right now in Texas it's only 6:42. Currently, for Texas. Everybody's telling me that's super different. And so, okay. And so, but yeah, I mean, and also y'all, even what's kind of cool about these pajamas though, y'all, is these ones, out of matter sets versions of these are actually soft material. Like, if I were to do this, back, you can actually see. It's really cool. So these and the pants both are pretty soft. And so, yeah, and also it's kind of cool is the sleeve at the very end almost hangs a little bit. Just neat. And so sometimes some of these will, y'all, for example, if I were to sit in the bed with these or something, the pants will hike up just a little bit. It's almost like I'm wearing capris. It's almost like if I were wearing capris, is what just makes me feel like I don't like the fact that it does that, but I'm comfortable, and this is what matters. But these are, actually, I'll stand up fully and show you guys from that angle, or maybe it's the way I pull. Oh my gosh, these things are open. I think it might be the way I open these. Might be why. So give me just a moment. Hang on. Yeah, gosh. So I'll show you. So for instance, right now these are actually pants, but I just gotta pull these down. Which I hate when they do that. So these are what they look like right now though. Like the baggy pants at the very end, like normal, like if you were standing up right now, that's what they would look like on me. And so, and even the sleeves are out, kind of like the pants. As like here's an example. If I pull the arm out, you actually can see that there's like a little bit of room in there to kind of move around too. It's pretty cool. And so, yeah. I mean, I do, and let me just say, I do love this style because, first of all, y'all, I have seen so many, influencers, but also so many people in, social media wear this style. I have seen a ton of females wearing this exact style of pajama. They had some, in the same color and the same outline. So, and really, I've seen a lot of, the short sleeve pajama dress version, which I have, which I got that through Amazon. And then there's also like other versions too. And so it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. And so, thanks. They're very comfy. But yeah, I've got like I said, I've got this kind. I've got a pajama dress that's short sleeve, which is what I kind of refer to. And then a shorts and shirt. So like I said, if it's hot out, or if I just want to wear it in general, I could. But you know. And yeah. But they're pretty cool. And also to update a couple people about my boyfriend after a couple hours. Again, he's doing pretty good. He and I actually got to call again today. Y'all, I didn't call him till probably about... Oh, I feel guilty about it. I probably didn't call him till probably about, like, 5:40-ish or so. Like, probably almost, or maybe almost 5:50. Instead of 5:30. So that's the first time in ages here where I've waited. For some reason, I've delayed the hour by like a little while. Because me and one of my mods named Paula, which she's a mod in my stream, she and I were talking for like an hour. Like from like 4 or something till about like past 5:30. And all that crazy. And at like 5:30 something, I think my boyfriend texts me and goes, "Are you okay?" Because first of all, he didn't hear me call, so of course that concerned him. And I told him yes, I was on the phone with Paula. Yeah, for some people that know her. And so, yeah, because I was telling him, I'm like, yes, I'm okay. I'm just on FaceTime with Paula. So sorry, but I really feel guilty. Pants. And even on the call, I'm like, literally, I'm like, come on, I'm like, hey. You know, talking, I literally feel so guilty at that point. That's the first time I've been that late. Like, that long of, like, late. Yeah, so, I'm going crazy at myself. You know, I'm all good. Anyway, like, yeah. Yeah, the future wife is kind of guilty here, you guys. Just saying that. And so, yep, it was nice. Okay, wait, what's happening with chat now since I've gone delusional? And so, here we go, right here. Okay. And so, hang on, let me pin this real quick while I'm at it. And where was that reading now? Okay, now I'm back here. Sorry, I was reading the chat, you guys. Those are nice. Yep. Yeah, they're very soft. Yeah, Paula is pretty cool. She's pretty funny. Yes, and Sean, yeah, he's pretty cool too. Yes. Hey there, Mel. Sorry, y'all. I'm looking through the chat, y'all, so give me a second. Yep. Blushing because I'm guilty. Anyway, I'm back. Welcome back. How have you been doing? Mel, it's been a minute. And so, sorry, I was reading the chat. Because, you know, I do pay attention to the chat, you guys. Sometimes I'm talking a lot. It's like my brain likes to go crazy. Yeah, that's what we all do, then, when we start talking now. So, yeah. But how you doing? Y'all be right back. Give me just a minute. Oh, hang on. Okay, sorry guys, I was using the restroom. So, hey there. Oh my gosh, my hair's a mess. Oh, I see that. Anyway. I'm doing good. Oh? Oh, did school get canceled for you? Or something? I wish I just did. But, anyway, my live stream says due to live stream instructions. Huh. Strange. And so, anyway. Alright. You're 18? That's cool. Man, you're a year below me. That's crazy. Huh. I mean, that's pretty cool. It's like you're only a year and a half below me. That's pretty crazy. Because I'm only 19, let's tell y'all. Which is neat. Who even asked age in this chat? And so, anyway, I just trying to make sure I wasn't see anything. But yeah, we have 4 people in the chat. It said 6, now it changed to 4 on me. Yep. And so, yes, it is close. And actually, my boyfriend's actually 18, so you're the same age as my boyfriend here. Which, he'll be 19 in June. Yeah, it's neat. And so, oh, that'd be cool. Man. So yeah, I was thinking. Oh my god, calm down. And so, man, trying to calm down, y'all. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you know, my man is my cuddle buddy. Like, he is. Because, y'all, let me just say this. When he's over here, like, when we're hanging out and stuff, that's one of the things we're doing half the time. Is cuddling with each other. Like, we're, like, for example, we'll be, like, half the time what he and I do when he comes over is he and I will sit in my bed, just relax and cuddle with each other and just, oh, it feels so good. It just, I swear, y'all, let me just tell you this. I remembered one time specifically when he was over, about, I think it was November. I think it was in November or something like that, or in October. Either in October or in November. It was one of his days he was out here, and it was nighttime for us. Like, we were just hanging out a little. Like, actually, no, it was evening. Evening going into night hours. And so at one point, he and I were just kind of like typical. And at one point during y'all, it felt so good. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going insane. And literally pull up, relaxing music on my phone, and just chill me. And then, at one point, and then after that, we continued just kind of like any ordinary. And y'all, let me just say, we had like the best cuddling session that night, which was a Friday night, you guys. And I probably would say he and I cuddled from probably about 5:30, 6:30, 7:30ish till probably about maybe almost midnight, maybe, I think, or 11. Till either, I think it was either 11 o'clock for us or 12. I know it's somewhere in between 11ish to almost midnight, which was amazing. I think it was more close to like late 11 o'clock at some point. Like it was the best. Like I honestly felt like I literally felt like that my oxytocin levels were like chill. I felt like that they were kicking in. Because people that also don't know that, oxytocin is known as the cuddle hormone as well in people that love each other. And so I definitely felt it kicking in at some point during that. It was amazing. And I just wish every single time we cuddled like that felt like that. Which it has been pretty good, but I'm like, just it just feels so good though, y'all. I'm not gonna lie about that. And so yes, it was amazing though. I'm not gonna lie. And so oh really? Hey Sam, how are you doing? Yeah, I remember you. You were in here just recently. Man, pretty crazy. And so hopefully you're doing well. But yeah, I feel ya. That's how crazy that can be. Yeah, gosh, let me sit on here. Hang on, y'all. Let me put my phone toward the camera so it's easier to sit while talking to y'all. And I'm doing pretty good as well. Oh my god, I keep going crazy. Oh my gosh, I can't stop calling it sweet. Oh, you just got me dying laughing. Oh, I'm trying to myself. Oh, I can't breathe for a minute. Hang on, y'all. Give me a second. I was trying to breathe. But yeah, and so yeah, but I mean that's insane. And so man, y'all. It's crazy. But y'all, something crazy I'll tell you guys. I can't believe it was like yesterday though. Like y'all, I'll say this. Man, I can't believe yesterday though physically was basically like on that day last year. My boyfriend and I were 5 months dating. Like we were officially 5 months official when like it was our 5 month anniversary yesterday last year. So for me that's crazy to think about. It was that day, which was the 18th, you guys, which was yesterday. Yeah, it's crazy. It was literally yesterday of last year that we were 5 months, and then fast forward a year later, we're now a year. That's still, I swear, that still hits me. Like, it's shocking to even believe it, you know? Tiki, how are you doing? And so, I mean, I can't even believe it, you guys. And so, yeah, that was us. That was us last year, though, y'all. Like, crazy. And so, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And to me, it's crazy that we've been dating for a year, which it's wild. But then we'll be 2 years this year on September 18th, which is nuts. Like, I swear, if we continue to still do well, like, I swear, if we still do good and we hit the 2 year mark, I will go insane. Probably more than I did last year. Probably in my head, I know I'm gonna go wild. And that's just what I would do. And so, for a month, hey, I mean, you gotta continue the progress, you know? Yes, like that's a long time for sure. And I'll tell you that. And right now, I will tell you that is actually my longest relationship so far. Because my last one from a couple years ago only was 9 months in advance. Like, we didn't even hit a year, but I was actually thankful he ended it early because he was a jerk back then. It is a whole different person, you guys. And so, I'm thankful me and AJ currently have lasted because what's funny is he and I have recently have had experience as friends when we were sophomores in high school. Like, y'all, originally, for people who want to know about a little bit of the backstory again, we were we were really good friends when we were both sophomores in high school because we both had the same English class. And then when we were a junior, again, had the same English class together, and then senior year, the same thing. So for 3 years, those 3 years in high school, you guys, we had the same English class. Those same years, but the first year we had it with a different teacher, and then the last two we had it with someone else, which was crazy. But what was crazy though, I mean, I can't believe it though. Like, I can't believe it went from two friends in grade 10 to like us in grade 12 dating. I can't. That's still is in my mind of how crazy that is. Like, my God. It's crazy. I can't believe it. And so, man, pretty wild to believe. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And so, wait, what's happening here? Yeah, we're gonna give you a whole story time here. And so, and also, yeah, I tell you guys my ex's background with me. So with his, y'all, here's his and I's background. So I was a sophomore, you guys, in high school. I was my second year. Keep that in mind as we keep talking about it. And so, yeah, and so I was a sophomore in high school, and I started going to a higher up English that year, which I went to applied English. And that's where I've been went since through senior year. And and also, y'all, keep this in mind too. I was a color guard member at that school specifically as well. Like, I was also a part of the color guard team for that school the high school I went to, but transferred my second semester when I was a senior. And so, basically, I remember specifically, I think on this day particularly, I think I was in a pep rally that day. Like, I know for one fact it was the first day of school, which was at this year. For that year, actually, it was August 18th. And I will never forget. I think I remembered I came out of the pep rally after performing, and like after it ended, we went to our third period. So I had to go. I had to hike 3 rounds of stairs just to get to the third floor every day. And so keep that in mind too. And so, hey there, Kylie, how are you doing? And so, yeah, and so of course I've got to get up to the third floor to hit English, and then I get in there like any ordinary person would on their first day. Yes, 3 freaking rounds of stairs. Which, y'all, honestly, hiking those stairs literally I feel like was a nightmare. Because literally, it almost felt like I was literally it almost made me feel like I was literally doing a workout every single day of the year. And I was like, yo, when I would hit at least the third round of stairs, I would be out of breath at that point. Like, it's crazy. And so, it's just how pro it is to get up there. And so, yeah, man, she wants to keep going crazy at me. And so, anyway, like I was continuing, but yeah, I mean, we would hit up there, in the class. I was sitting down waiting just like any ordinary. And at some point, I was just sitting at my desk, and I think I was like in the second row in the front at the time, or at least middle to second row from the location at the time for reference. Then, somewhere out of the blue, y'all, the guy I dated when I was a sophomore, his name was Jeremy, by the way. And so, also, I think I'm just waiting, just chilling, just sitting around. And all of a sudden, y'all, I spot Jeremy looking at me from across the room. All of a sudden, I'm just looking everywhere, like, I don't know, that's me. Like, I was just thinking to myself, and all of a sudden, I catch him. Like, at first, he was looking at me, doing, like, facial expressions, hand gestures, and face expressions at me. At first, I'm like, Like, I was, like, confused. My brain was so... Yeah, like, my brain was super... I was like, huh? What? I'm like, what is going on? Until it hit me. Until I was like, wait, am I thinking this straight? Because, like, it was wild. I'm like, am I actually thinking? I'm like, am I actually seeing this right now? And so, yeah, and so basically it was wild. And so he was literally showing signs that he was having a crush on me, y'all. It was so crazy. It was wild. That was the first time I ever had a boyfriend in high school. And so, yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. And so, yeah, and then as days went on, I think it was either the next day or the day after, we went to class, and we were actually, originally we're doing our iReady diagnostic, which iReady is an platform website that in schools that they use, what you can do reading or math from, what you can do either subject, and what we do reading in that class, basically. And so usually with like half points of the year, like in the fall you'll have they'll have like an iReady diagnostic, what they call it, where it's like a test, like let's say if you were taking the SAT or if you were taking a STAR test, or for example, if you were taking a test on like a certain subject's project, it's like that, where they test you to see how well you do. It's kind of like that. And so everybody in that class would take it, and we had chairs all scattered out and desks scattered out. That's like, if it was a test, you don't look at anybody else's answers, even though they would be so different for everybody. And so I was sitting somewhere, I think I was in the second row on this day, toward like the back, toward the door area where you would go in and out of. And so, hey, Lost, how are you doing? And so, yeah, so I was just sitting there doing my iReady, and I think I was actually toward the left at this point, because I finished somewhere, I think, at that point. And, yeah, I think I was doing more of a lesson at that point, because I was more done with the diagnostic part. And so, as I was just working through iReady, just doing what I'm doing, keep this in context, y'all. So, another classmate of mine was sitting next to me, but on the left, you guys, it was an empty spot. No one was even sitting there. So just wait what I'm about to say next. So, I'm just doing my iReady like normal. And y'all, this is where the crazy trick happens. So, at some point during it, I don't know what, it was like a few minutes after though, while I was just doing my iReady like any ordinary, Jeremy, I think, gets done, I think, with his iReady or something like that. I think he got done with his diagnostic or something. And welcome back, Jacob. And he volunteers himself and walks up and changes seats, y'all. Like, he went from him being in the back somewhere to him coming up to that empty desk I just talked about. Yes. Like, so imagine this in your head. So imagine this is the desk right here, but then you look to your left. Nothing there until he volunteers himself to walk up. I didn't even do anything. I was just minding my own deal. He volunteers himself and walks straight up next to me and sits. It was crazy. Then he was doing his stuff too next to me. It's kind of a twister. And so it was wild. And at one point, y'all, after that, he was just sitting there doing his deal. And I think he taps me on the shoulder and goes, hey, I'm like, hey. And then y'all, another twister here. He hands me, it still is crazy. I remember every single detail. He literally hands me a freaking love note, you guys. My gosh, this is just crazy. And so, yeah, so he literally hands a note that says, I think you're cute on it. And I'm like, you know, when I saw that, my brain wanted to go crazy in my head. I'm like, is this real? What is happening? Oh, I keep memories. It's too crazy. But yeah, it was wild. I'm like, in the what? Yes, like, it was so crazy. Oh, I can't remember all this information. Oh, I gotta breathe, but golly. Yes. Interesting. yeah, it was wild. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I put in my bag just to remember. And then, yeah, and then I can't remember the exact day we were fully confirmed, but either somewhere that day or even the day after we were like official, and it was crazy. And so then as months, at first with him, he was pretty good. And y'all, for reference, I told you before, I was a color guard member at that school. And y'all, he actually did a couple of things there. So he actually was a part of culinary there. So he actually cooked with a lot of the people there, which was really cool. So I was kind of on it. And so, yeah, so he was a culinary kid, and he was also a theater kid as well. So he did tech theater, which is what actually I did the following year. And so it's pretty crazy. And so here's what's crazy. He and I both would occasionally have to stay after school sometimes to do our thing. And with tech theater, y'all, he didn't have to really stay frequently. Unlike I did. I had Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, you guys, I would literally be at school afterward for practice and stuff and all the crazy jazz. And especially with Fridays, with it being game days and stuff, and sometimes Thursdays being game days. Yep. And so, and I do remember this one day particularly, I do remember a couple of times. Actually, a couple times after school, particularly, I remember this. So, one of the first times I remembered was, so me and a couple of my friends, because even what we would do is when it was a Monday for reference, you guys. And Mondays would be our longest practice days. And so Monday's schedule would be from like 5 to 8 or something. I think it was like 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night. And so we would be there for basically a few hours rehearsing and stuff. That's when we learned a lot. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. And so, yeah. And so at one point, I think this was like, 4 something or 5. Oh, not like 5. But I think it was like 4 something. And what we would do is on Mondays, like we would bring like extra like snacks and stuff and food for us to eat, since we wouldn't get home till like 8 or like a little past. Actually, it's 8, but we wouldn't leave till about 8, which would be dinner time for everybody. And so either some people would just bring stuff, or they would DoorDash something if they wanted to. And so a lot of times I would bring snacks on me to have, so that way I can still have some energy afterward. And so at one point it was me and a few of my few of my teammates were, it was a few of us, not like every single teammate, but like I think it was like probably 4 or 5 of us sitting, just talking and just hanging out. And all of a sudden, at one point, my ex, Jeremy, he was with a couple of his tech people that he was in tech theater with, so he was with some of his peers too. And this day I remember too, I was just sitting there with my people, just talking with them and just laughing at conversations I'm hearing with them, like, what? And all of a sudden, I see him, and I start pointing out to a couple people in my little section I had, and I tell him, I'm like, hey, do you see the guy with the green Slytherin jacket and Slytherin hat on? And I would tell him that that's my man. That was like my boyfriend, y'all. And so I would literally tell him that is my boyfriend right there. And it would just be crazy. And then there would be a couple times where we would see each other and I would wave at him or say hey to him from afar. And then the next time I remembered he and I saw each other in the hallways afterward was, again, it was another tech rehearsal that he stayed out. He had to stay after. And actually, I think I was going to the restroom or filling up my water bottle at the time. And I think I was just coming back from doing that. And then I come back through the doors, halfway in, and for reference, in the hallway area, which is the theater hallway / band hallway, they would have these 2 little benches that would be out there. So if a couple people in that section wanted to sit up there, or if they were doing or for example, if they had a theater production going on that would require them to be behind the scenes, sometimes they could sit there too. They wanted to take a break for a little bit. And so at one point, I see him and he and I just sit down together and just start talking for a little bit. And so, then he and I just talked for probably a few minutes before I got a remind text from my color guard group saying that they were going to be on the football field in about at 4:20 at that day. But instead, we actually ended up being indoors on that day, actually, so it kind of changed. So we had to kind of be that day. We had to kind of be back at 4:20, and so and so he and I just talked like any ordinary for a bit until I had to skedaddle and he had to get back to what he was doing, and so it was pretty crazy. And man, I'll say, you guys, it was wild to even remember all my data like that off the bat. Yes, for real. It was crazy. And so, because for reference, y'all, he was a tech member. So what he would do is he and one in his tech class, they would be the people that actually would be behind the scenes and help, you would be in different departments, by the way. So in each department, you're doing something totally different. So one section, you're getting your costume, hair, and makeup done. The next section, you're helping out with lighting. The next section is sound. You're making sure when to hit a certain sound of the production going on. And then props was in their section too, where you would hand that person a prop of theirs, or make sure that you have everything together. It actually was a problem myself. And so, that's crazy. Y'all, I can actually kind of tell you that background next. And so, I had to change my profile. And so, it's pretty crazy. And so, that's cool. Cat. But it's pretty crazy. I am not going to lie. Give me a second. But So. But now, actually I will tell you guys. Yeah, then fast forward. So then, as months were progressing, he slowly but surely started to go downhill with me. I didn't notice it though, because y'all, this was like I said before, this was my first relationship I had, and so I didn't know all the crazy things because I didn't see like recent experience and stuff, and I just didn't think about it enough. Man, and so yeah, but as months were going by, he was just turned into more of a jerk at that time because exes do that. And just so you guys are aware, he has ADHD, by the way. And his ADHD was more like anger issue related. And so whenever someone would really get on his nerve, he would just. That's what people think. With certain ADHD people, that's what they would do. It just would drive him crazy. It just would frustrate him pretty decently, which is what happens with some people. He ended up with me, luckily. But I feel like his ADHD went to the point where it took a toll toward it. And then on April 2nd, I'll not forget this, which we were about 9 months in at this point. And so, yeah, so we were about 9 months in at this point. And I went up, so everybody knows in school that you've got that, we all have, advisory where it's that 30-minute period where you can actually take a break and catch up work for another subject, that needs to be done and stuff. And so I remember specifically I went up to my English class that day because I literally have to go if I'm not back for the next one. It's okay. Thanks for telling me. But yeah, and so I went up to my English class that day because I was out a couple of previous days. Either I was sick those couple days or I was on vacation somewhere. And so I asked my English teacher if it was okay for me to come up and get caught up, and she was like, yeah, that's fine with me. So she helped me out get caught up to where I was not going to go insane at myself to not be crazy. Because I was somebody in school where if I missed a day or so, like a couple of days or so, I'd be like, is there a way for me to get caught up to y'all? Because I would be like, what'd y'all do? And so, yeah, and so luckily she was able to help me out get to where the class was, so that way I wouldn't be too far behind. Because, I was someone who didn't want to be there. And so, okay. Thanks for telling me. And so, yeah. Then at some point, y'all, in the middle of it, honestly, I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway. Just what it is. But yeah, and so at one point I got a text notification from my watch from my ex, y'all. And he said, so I got a text from him saying, hey, we need to break up. And I'm like, what? Why? And then told me that somebody else apparently liked him, when apparently at that time, it turned out, I'm not going to fully put it out, but let's just say something crazy with them just happened with him and somebody else that was chaotic. It was actually with one of my peers, but not like extremely. And so let's just say he ended up, the actual truth of that actually was he ended up liking guys at that time. And so, yeah, it's weird in my opinion. And so, it was pretty dumb. My offense, that's kind of stupid. But yeah, exactly. yeah, it was weird after that. And then actually after a little while, and then now, what's crazy? Uh-huh. Yeah. So stupid. And so, yeah, exactly. Plus I actually was relieved at that point when I heard him say that because he was a complete jerk at the end. And y'all, let me just say this too. When I was also, and also like I told you before, I was a color guard member that year, but I quit like December of that same year, just because it was getting difficult for me. And y'all, he didn't. And y'all, the dumb part too was he didn't even come to a game I performed at. Like, it was kind of not cool. I will say that. It was kind of. It wasn't really the best because he wasn't. And y'all, let me just say this: when you're dating somebody and you're a part of sports, your person will try to come to at least a couple of your sporting events as he can. Unlike my ex, where he just did not. Not even took a single week to try to make it. And so, yeah, exactly. And I will tell you this, and it's wild. And so, yeah, because like I said, I was a color guard member and I performed and stuff like crazy at halftime, which those were pretty cool games, I'll say that. And y'all, if you were to look at my boyfriend now, I would know he would try to come to at least one or two of those and see me at that time. And so, like he would make time for me. Unlike Max, where he just cut that out complete. And even I knew he was a tech kid, but some productions happen on Friday, but not all of them. And so I get that in half, but yeah, it was crazy. Then what's crazy though, y'all, is what's wild though is I've literally been dating guys with ADHD. But then, like I said too, my right now boyfriend, also has ADHD. But the only difference though with his is he is a lot more calmer in situations. Like he's actually a lot more chill back and not like super with anger issue all the time, and so it's pretty crazy to believe that. It's crazy that I used to date somebody with ADHD and then I'm dating another ADHD guy without knowing it. It's like, oh my god. But then what's crazy in fact is they both were similar somehow. And what still drives my mind insane though is the little fact that both of those guys were in my English class from sophomore year, junior year, and my senior year. It still is so crazy. I can't even believe it. And so, it's wild. Like, yeah. Literally. Yes. It was so crazy. Oh, but then also, man, I still can't believe it though. So, can you buy it for me? And so, it was pretty crazy. And so, yeah, man, that was wild. And so, man, I was thankful that I was out of that hurdle. Like, it was crazy. And, and let me just say this. Let me just say this, y'all. With my man, I will make time as possible to see my boyfriend like always, but also like if he were at events. Like, let me just say this. When my boyfriend graduated from high school, the same year I did, I went and saw him graduate, okay? Even though, we would have graduated together, which, oh my gosh, that just would have went crazy. Like, I just would have went insane. But, nope. I transferred because we moved to this house where I live now. And so it kind of sucked for me at that point. But even though, yeah, it was crazy. And so I still was able to even figure a way to go and see him, even if it meant me staying at like one of my friends' houses or staying at a person that we know physically pretty good. And so I actually went and stayed at, so one of my teachers I had in kindergarten, I actually went and stayed at her house for a couple of days. So Monday and Tuesday, going into Wednesday morning. And actually no, this is actually what it looks like. So I will tell you kind of that rundown. It's good that you guys. Yeah. Alright, I'll see you around. And so, gosh, man, that's crazy. And so, obviously, I'm keeping the job busy. And so, yeah, but I'll tell you this. Y'all, graduation with him, with my boyfriend, y'all, was amazing. Like, y'all, and let me just say this. To keep y'all entertained purposes, I'm gonna keep going with his graduation story kind of info. So, y'all, when he graduated, like, y'all, I knew in my head, I knew from the moment that his name got called, I was literally gonna be screaming, chanting in the audience. Like, I knew I was gonna be the girlfriend who was gonna be wild, who was gonna be insane in the crowd, in his section. Cause y'all, it was me, his brother, and his aunt, and a family friend of theirs, and also a couple of his cousins. And so I knew I was gonna be wild. And so, yeah, so it was pretty crazy. And so, oh, okay. And so, yeah, it was pretty crazy. Whoa, what? But yeah, it was pretty crazy. And so, from when his name got called, you guys, when I heard his name got called, which was when they said it was actually Alan, which it was Alan Joshua Watson, y'all, when they said his name, you guys, I was literally screaming, "I love you" in the audience. Like, I was just cheering, screaming, "I love him" from the audience. I knew I was gonna go crazy yeah. Hey there, basketball boys, how are you doing? But yeah, I knew I was gonna go crazy when his name was literally gonna get called on. And so, went wild, and then after graduation ended, for him, I got some, just got proud. I was a proud girlfriend, just to go crazy myself. And then, oh, it was so crazy. And then also I got to surprise my best friend on top of that, which her name was Asia. And she had no idea I was coming, you guys. Just so you guys are aware. Only my boyfriend knew I was coming, because, duh. Everybody else there was supporting him on top of my best friend. And so, hey DJ, how are you doing? And so, yeah, but it was crazy. And so, gosh, it was wild. And then I'll tell you this. Then after graduation ended for us, we took a few pics before we all left. So, like, I got a picture with me and him, and then we did a picture where it was me, him, and my best friend. And then, actually, that's crazy. And y'all, actually, I will show you guys that photo, because actually, I have that photo framed. So, this was me and him at his graduation. So, I was wearing this dress, you guys, which was a black flower dress. My hair was down, by the way, just to be aware. That's him. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a minute so you can see it. And so, yep, that was us a freaking year ago. And so, yeah, so my hair was down. I was actually, I actually kept it down that time. And so, and y'all, let me just say this. We both wore our same outfits that we wore in senior photos. Like, I wore that dress when I graduated, and he was wearing that polo shirt like he wore in senior photos, which, but the only difference was he was wearing, like, almost like jean shorts underneath and, like, different shoes underneath. And then I was wearing, and I mean, y'all, nothing different with me. I was actually wearing the same, I think I was still wearing the same shoes, I think, which were silver heels, or I can't remember, I think I was wearing silver heels to his graduation, which were white edge heels, by the way. And so, which I actually, they're right down there, the very bottom, which I'll just grab a pair to show you. And so, that's what these looked like, by the way. And even had these cool, like, zippers and stuff you put on. And so, I think I wore those to his graduation. I think I did. And so, I think I wore those, I think. I'll have to look back in photos, because I think I did, or I wore my black ones. But then if I did, I'll look. I mean, like I said, I'll look back I'll check in a few minutes, because I think I did wear those heels. But, anyway. Yeah, then I wore my hair down, which is, I actually straightened it. And y'all, that's what I did with my hair. Actually, I did a little half up, so that way hair wouldn't be going in my face like crazy during it, because y'all, I don't like my hair down frequently, because it drives me insane. And so I did do a little half up to where it wouldn't be super bad in my face, but it wouldn't drive me insane. But then afterward, we all went back to, it was crazy, because then after we got done with his graduation, we drove back to my boyfriend's place, and y'all, let me just say this. His brother's name is Max, by the way, y'all. And also, let me just say this. I remember when we all walked in the door at one point while we were just walking, his brother Max goes, "Do y'all want to play?" And I'm like, and we both were like, no. Like, we both were tiredly saying no. Because, y'all, he was exhausted. I was exhausted. Like, y'all think about the trails in a few years. And even though he was still up at it, because even he has ADHD too. And so, it was crazy. And so, but yeah, he and I both were just worn out after all of that chaos. And so, alright, DJ, I'll see you around. I'm glad that you came in here. Take care as well. But yeah, and so, yeah, then y'all, what we did was, he and I just sat on the couch and cuddled. Literally. Sat there, cuddled together while watching TV together. Just because he was worn out, I was worn out. Because all of that excitement screen got me literally, like, off. And then with him, it's the same thing with him waiting for a little while, and then us sitting. It's just, that's what graduation does to you. And so, yeah, so we got to cuddle together, though, which was amazing while we were watching TV. And so, and I think he honestly, did I say something? Yes. And I think, I'm saying this, but I think when we were I think he was actually shirtless, I think. Yeah, just out there. Yeah, I think he was wearing, I think he did, I think I remember him not taking, but I think his shirt was off at one point, just because he was all hot and all that stuff afterward. Hey there, how are you doing? And so, yeah. And so, anyway. But yeah, it was crazy. And so, um, but yeah, I mean, he and I were just cuddling on the couch while we were watching a movie of some kind that his grandma was originally watching, which I don't know what it was, but it seemed cool. And so, yeah, so we just did that for a while until I had to leave to head back to my mom's friend's house to continue, with the rest of my day, and then he continued with the rest of his day, and then that's when we said goodbye to each other. Yeah, it was crazy. Just wondering what's the plan for weekend? I don't know yet. Gosh, what do I know? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know yet, but yeah, I'm already talking stories of my boyfriend and me I remembered from like a year ago. And so, I mean, I like repeat myself because it just, I remember it too much. That's way too good. And so, yeah. And so, um, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. Which I was just one proud girlfriend in the audience, just going crazy at him. And so, um, yes, he is. You definitely have that right. He is an amazing person. Like, he's hot. Like, he's the hottest guy I know. Which is nuts. Like, he's the definition of a true boyfriend. Because he actually cares about me. He actually respects me. He actually supports me. And stuff like that. And he's always just been there for me. Like he should be. So yeah, and I mean it was crazy with us. Like, man. Oh man, so crazy. But yeah, so it's pretty wild in advance. And so just it's crazy. And so but yeah. So that's just what it is. But yeah, I mean I still remember all things. But yeah, and so like I showed you guys earlier the same photo a few minutes ago. But again, that's what I wore. That's what he wore. Oh my gosh, I can't. Like this is, I mean, I've got other picture frames in here that I look at that I still remember these things by, but this is one of them that I'll not forget. Just amazing. Like it was truly amazing. Let me give it a second. I like to do it so good. Good look at it. Oh, so hot. And then, like I said, then again over here, I keep showing these because they're too good. Just from different, ugh. But and I'll tell you, this photo too, I still can't get over because this was actually the first photo we took together when we became official, which is insane. I can't believe it. And so, yeah. I swear, all the memories we've had over the year so far have just been crazy. And, man, it's crazy. And so, but y'all, I still can't get over he's going to be turning 19 this year. And I still can't get over I'm turning 20. That's what's gonna hit me. Like, that'll be the first year I'm gonna go nuts myself. Cool, welcome back. And so, just like, I can't believe, I swear though, I still can't believe my boyfriend is turning 19 this year. I swear it does not feel, it feels crazy in my head, but it feels way more crazier the fact that I'm turning 20 this year. I'm saying that off the bat. Like, that's what's more insane here. It's crazy that he'll be actually dating a 20-year-old. And this is actually the 1 year I'm going nuts at, because, oh my god. And so, but yeah. Oh, it's okay. Dang, what? That's crazy. It's been pretty chilly over here. Oh my god, I can't stop. Oh, I gotta calm down. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, I've got to chill. But yeah, I think, yeah. Sorry, I can't stop thinking about him now. It's just me. Sorry, it's my dog now you're hearing. Hang on now. Okay. Sorry, that's my myself to calm down. But y'all, it's not because I love him too much, okay? And so y'all, this just goes to show y'all of how much I am with AJ. Like, I just am crazy. Like, madly crazy in love. Because, like, whenever I started thinking about him, or if I just rethink memories with us over the year, it just hits me, like, good, like in a good way. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it still. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, though, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off because it's almost 7:50 where I live, and I need to eat dinner before I wait longer. So I'll come back again at 10.